When Sammy started out 60 years ago, there was no television and no video cassettes. Talking pictures had just come to the movies, and it took 4 days to get from New York to California. And Zsa Zsa was only on her second marriage at that time. We now have video cassettes and audio tapes and a means of recording history so that we can look back on great careers like Sammy Davis Jr.'s and see what it was that made a man a phenomenon that he is. And let's look at some of the stuff.
I didn't know about show business and all of that. I was just out with my family. I didn't learn about show business until, I'd say, till I was about 6 or 7, that I was in a business. I thought it was just fun. So I started when I was 3. I won my amateur contest. And right after that, my dad and Will Maston put me in the act of singing, "I'll Be Glad When You're Dead, You Rascal You." I never went to grade school. I never went to any kind of school at all. We stayed at the black hotels, ate in the black restaurants, socialized with the other blacks within that community because it was part of belonging and feeling comfortable and also part of the legal structure. But then I went into the Army. I was 17 at the time. I was in the first integrated group of infantrymen, and they had never seen a black man do Jimmy Cagney or Jimmy Stewart or any of the popular guys. So I started doing it in the Army when I got with this integrated group. The white guys would laugh and the black guys would look at me like this. When I got out of the Army, the first night we were working at a place called Shep's Playhouse. At the opening night, I step up and I say, "Thank you very much. It's nice to be out of the Army. I got something that my dad and uncle don't know that I can do. We talked about it, but I never got a chance to do it for them. I'm going to do it for you nice folks tonight." I got up to the microphone and I said, "How about Jimmy Stewart?" You know, well, gee whiz, I'd really like to say that it really is a pleasure to be back among my own folk. And well, they went, rah! We got off the stage, people were standing. We got into the dressing room, my father said, "If you ever do that again, I'm gonna kill you."
But he did do it again. And as he got bolder and better, his reputation as a world-class entertainer continued to increase. Surely the gods were smiling on him until one night, driving from Las Vegas to Los Angeles, the smiles vanished. In a flaming automobile accident, Sammy lost an eye.
Judy, oh, young lady, for your love and your kids. And furthermore...
But with his flair for theatrical, he converted his misfortune into a stylish prop. He wore the patch for almost a year until a trusted friend convinced him to get rid of it forever. The friend was Frank Sinatra. Frank made Sammy part of his extended family, which included Dean Martin, Joey Bishop, and Peter Lawford. And together, the Rat Pack gave performances in Las Vegas that are talked about to this day.
We are also delighted to have in our audience the brightest man in the political world in this country or any other country today, Senator John Kennedy from the great state of Massachusetts. Yeah, Jack. Follow that, Joey.
You son of a gun, you got the Jewish vote.
I knew that, but I couldn't say it.
What was his last name again?
Their success only added to Sammy's solo career.
If I get a hit record or I get a good movie, that's gravy. My main suit is concerts, nightclubs, going on around the world entertaining, being a variety artist. That's what I am. I knew a man, Bojangles, and he danced for you. In worn-out shoes, silver hair, ragged shirt, and baggy pants. Bojangles is special because I hated the song, because I was afraid to do it, because that's my fear, that I'll wind up like Bojangles. He could jump so high, man, he could jump real high, and then he'd lightly touch down When I do that number, some nights I get so hung up in it. One night in Vegas, I said, oh my God, that's me. I'm projected. That's how I'll be when I'm 70 years old, man. I'll still be working. I'll be working little joints. And I'll talk about what I used to be. And that'll be the end of it.
Talked of life. Talked of life. Laughed. Slapped his leg a step. Said I dance now at every chance. $100 for my drinks and tips. But most of the time I spend behind the county bars. You see, son, I drink a bit.
That man, that culmination of different black performers, minstrels that I've known, performers who got hooked on junk, who got wiped out by alcohol, got wiped out by a changing of times. I've seen them disappear, great dancers.
That's Mr. Bojangles. Call me Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles. I come back and dance, 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 dance.
You can't please everybody. You know, but you please the majority, and don't ever let them say, gee, I didn't like the performance. That doesn't mean everybody's going to like what you're doing, but at least they'll be able to say, he performed for me, man. He gave his all.
Damn that man.